Hello, my name is Sean Wills, and this is my seventh grade social studies class. This is my third year at Washington Middle School, and my goals are to share my love of history with my students and connect the past with the present. I aim to promote critical thinking, teamwork, and kindness in my classroom. For topics, we go over quite the range of historical topics in this class over the year. So we split it up by semester. First semester, we go over geography concepts, the fall of the Roman Empire, the Middle Ages, and Islamic civilization. And then second semester, we devote to Washington State history as it is a high school graduation requirement. For our materials, these are the two textbooks that we use. We have History Alive for first semester and then The Washington Journey for second semester. For grading, we have standards based, so a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on any assignment, depending on where you meet that standard. For categories, we have 2. We have 70% going towards evaluation, which is typically like a test or a bigger writing assignment, like the classroom-based assessment that we do later on in the year. For our 30%, we have the daily assignment category, which is any of our regular tasks, our notes, smaller projects. Grades can be found on both Skyward and Schoology, and there isn't any penalties for late work as long as it gets turned in before the end of the semester. For test retakes, students definitely should retake a test if they get below a 3 so that they can prove that up to a 3 or maybe even a 4. For homework, I try to make time for work to be completed in class. So I set aside time for that. If an assignment isn't completed by the end of that allotted time, then students do need to take it home and work on it in their own time and turn it in as soon as possible. For missing work, as I mentioned, as long as it's turned in by the end of the semester, it is not marked down. This is just a basic view of my Schoology page, but I will be taking you over to the page in just a moment. One important note about Schoology is all assignments are submitted through Schoology. That's where students send them to me and I grade them, and then eventually those grades get synced over into Skyward. And another important point is that if you resubmit your work, which you can absolutely do, if you need to improve an assignment, you do need to email me because sometimes Schoology does not notify me when work has been resubmitted. 2 things to help your student. One is have students check their grades frequently, as often as they can. I want them to make sure they don't have any missing assignments because sometimes an assignment's due date will pass and it just kind of falls out of our memory. So we want to make sure we're always checking to make sure we're caught up on our work. And then the second part is if you have questions, feel free to ask. I check my email all the time, every day. Schoology messages, I check those frequently as well. So those are the 2 best ways to contact me. So moving over to our social studies page on Schoology, this is what it looks like. We have a banner up here with this clickable email button. So if a student needs to email me, they can click right here and send me an email. Scrolling down here, this is where assignments and folders are found. So each week I have a current week folder here and I date it for the days we're using it. I put a weekly plan in there so students have a brief overview of what we will be going over for the week. And then any assignment will be found in that folder as well. I also have this 2021-2022 Orientation Handout, which is something I gave out at Open House. But if you need another one or weren't there, you can click on it and take a look at another overview of my class. On Schoology on the left-hand side, it will look a little bit different for students. Materials is still where you find all of the folders. Updates is where I might send out an update about the class. And then gradebook is where students can view their grades. So that's about all I had to share with you. Thank you for watching this. Again, contact me if you have any questions, and let's have a great year.